means. For council members participating by electronically, please ensure your video is turned on and let the clerks know if you leave the meeting for the purposes of confirming quorum. Council members are reminded that in accordance with Section 14.13 of the procedure bylaw, members must enable their video to confirm quorum. If council members attending by electronic means lose connection during any portion of the hearing, we will recess the meeting until the connection is restored. If council members lose connection during the voting process, staff will get you back online quickly while we suspend the voting process and the contact information has been circulated. Members of the public can view the proceedings via live stream and YouTube link, which will be tweeted out by @VanCityClerk. We acknowledge that we are on the unceded homelands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. We thank them for having cared for these lands and look forward to working with them in partnership as we continue to build this great city together. In case of an emergency where we need to evacuate the building, I would like to direct your attention to the exits. There are 2 exits beyond the glass door to the left. And if these exits are obstructed, please direct your attention to the 4 exits in this chamber. Please use the stairs, do not use the elevator. And I'd also like to highlight that there is a defibrillator located at the end of the hallway outside of the council chamber. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the immense contributions of our City of Vancouver staff who work very hard every single day to make our city an incredible place to live, work, and play. Clerk, may we have the roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Sim is on leave of absence for civic business. Councillor Carr.
Here.
Councillor Kirby-Young. Councillor Kirby-Young is here. Councillor Dominato.
Present.
Councillor Bly is the acting mayor and chair. Councillor Boyle.
Present.
Councillor Fry. Councillor Montague is on leave of absence for personal reasons. Councillor Klassen.
Present.
Councillor Meisner. And Councillor Jo.
Present.
The public hearing has quorum. Acting Mayor.
Thank you very much. So before we begin, I have some announcements. The public may participate by speaking in person, by phone, or by submitting written comments to Mayor and Council. Electronic participation is highly encouraged. Speakers will have 5 minutes to make their comments and should limit their comments to the merits of the report being considered. Speakers should also state whether they are in support or opposed to the recommendations and if they are a resident of Vancouver. Speakers may only speak once and should follow along on Twitter @VanCityClerk for updates on the progress of the meeting so they don't miss their turn to speak. Any comments on agenda items can be submitted in writing through our online Mayor and Council feedback web form. This link is also tweeted. Those speaking on behalf of other persons or groups will have 8 minutes to speak and only if those represented are also on the line or in person and must not be individual speakers themselves. Speakers who are pre-registered with presentations are reminded we don't have any pre-registered speakers. Council is committed to ensuring that people who participate in council meetings or public hearings are treated fairly and respectfully. The language we all use in these meetings should reflect respect for all residents. No form of discrimination is acceptable or tolerated. Discriminatory language includes attacks on groups of people and individuals. Vancouver's procedure bylaw prohibits council members from the use of words, tones, speakers, or gestures that express a negative view of the character of any person or groups of people. Members of the public are expected to not engage in improper conduct, which includes the use of expressions that promote hatred or defamatory as outlined under Section 7.8 of the procedure bylaw. The creation of a safe and inclusive environment for the public, staff, and council to participate is all of our responsibilities. Members of council may call a point of order if language used by another councillor during a meeting is not respectful, and as chair, I will ask the speaker to modify their speech to ensure that they are using respectful language. I also want to note the City of Vancouver's longstanding commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, including utmost respect for all genders. I remind council that when addressing speakers and staff, we will avoid using gendered honorifics and will instead refer to the person by first and last name, role, or title. A reminder that council's role at a public hearing is to be a quasi-judicial body, which means council is only to consider the merits of the rezoning application or heritage designation. Council members may ask clarifying questions from speakers, including the applicant or technical advice from staff, but should have saved debate for after the close of the speakers list. After hearing from speakers, council may 1, approve the application in principle, 2, refuse the application, 3, refer the application to staff for further consideration. And finally, if council does not conclude hearing from speakers this evening, we'll recess and reconvene the meeting on Tuesday, May 2nd at 3 p.m. Okay, to the agenda. First, we will deal with item number 1, rezoning 657685 East 18th Avenue. Does any member of council wish to declare a conflict of interest on item 1? Seeing none, we will have, please, the clerk will now read the application and summary of correspondence received.
This is an application by Ormana's Projects Corporation to rezone 756 to 685, 657 to 685 East 18th Avenue from RS1 Residential District to RR2A Residential Rental District to permit the development of a 4-story rental building, a building height of 13.7 meters or 45 feet, and a floor space ratio FSR of 1.75 are proposed. The following correspondence has been received since referral to public hearing. 3 pieces of correspondence in support and 1 piece of correspondence in opposition. This represents all correspondence received up to 5 p.m. today.
Thank you very much. I will start by noting any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council. Please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445# before the close of the speakers list. The phone number will be tweeted out and made available on the live stream. There will be an opportunity for new speakers and missed speakers. Okay, we don't have any registered speakers. We have staff from Planning, Urban Design, and Sustainability here to present the application. And I do see we have Councillor Klassen on the queue, so I'll call on Councillor Klassen first.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move that we waive the staff presentation.
Okay, seconded. Thank you very much. So a motion to move waive the presentation. All those in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? And that passes. Thank you very much to the staff that were here available to do that presentation. So we are now moving to the applicant team who is here to speak to the application. And no comments, or you are the applicant team? You're the next one. Okay, so the applicant team is not present right now in chambers, so we'll move along. Are there any questions from council to staff or the applicant team who is not here? Seeing none, we will now hear from any public speakers, and so I'll make another call. If there are any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445# before the close of the speakers list. The phone number is tweeted out, and I don't see any speakers coming to the podium. So
There
I'm
are
gonna-
none on the line.
Thank you very much. So we'll make a third call, and then we'll take a 5-minute recess. If there are any speakers who wish to speak to this item, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. And that number has been tweeted out, and we'll take a 5-minute recess, and we will come back at 6:22. sure that we're following process. Are there any questions of council from council to staff? Great. And then we also have the applicant team who's on the line on WebEx, and you're welcome to speak to the application if you like. Yes, please. Yeah. So we do have also the applicant team in chambers. Great. Welcome. Thank you.
Hi, I'll be quick in respect of your time. Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Oliver Bibby, Development Manager with Strand. Also in attendance is our Senior Vice President, Cameron Thorne. I'm pleased to be here with you this evening regarding our rezoning application for 5995 to 6015 Dunbar Street. As noted in the referral report, this application is to rezone 3 RS5 properties fronting Dunbar Street to allow a 5-story market rental building in accordance with the SRP policy. As noted in the referral report, we've been working collaboratively with staff and are pleased with the direction and guidance provided in developing this proposed 76-unit rental building. I grew up and attended secondary and post-secondary school in this neighborhood, and I can attest to the lack of rental supply and diversity of housing options in this neighborhood. As evidenced by this application and the following application on tonight's agenda, Strand is committed to working with council and staff on the mutual goal of increasing the supply of high-quality rental housing options across the city. Cameron and I look forward to answering any questions that council may have. I'll note that Taizo Yamamoto, the architect on both this project and the following agenda item, is available virtually if there's any questions for him as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from council to staff or the applicant team, noting this is the only opportunity to ask questions of the applicant team? And hearing none, we will hear now from the public. And I'd like to refer us to the speakers list. Speaker number 1, Thomas Fife.
Good evening. My name is Thomas Fife, and I'm a resident of Vancouver.
Hi there, we can hear you.
Members of City Council.
Yes, please go ahead.
My name is Thomas Fife. I'm a resident of Vancouver. Members of City Council, I am here to express my support for the rezoning of 5995, 6015 Dunbar Street. As a resident of Vancouver, I believe that our city desperately needs more market rental housing, and this rezoning proposal is an important step towards addressing this critical issue. As I'm sure we all know, Vancouver is facing quite the affordable housing crisis with rising house prices and limited supply. It has become increasingly difficult for many families and individuals to find suitable housing within their means. This is especially true for those seeking market rental housing where supply is limited. The rezoning of Dunbar Street would provide much-needed market rental housing in an area where it is sorely lacking. This development would not only provide new homes for Vancouver residents, but it would also stimulate the local economy. Furthermore, this proposal is consistent with the city's goals of promoting sustainable and inclusive communities. By providing more affordable housing options, we can help ensure that people of all income levels can live and work in our city. This will promote social cohesion and help create a better society for all. In conclusion, I urge the City Council to approve the rezoning of 6015 Dunbar. Vancouver needs more market rental housing, and this proposal will provide that. All of what I've mentioned also applies to the following item of tonight's City Council. CD1 rezoning of 3205 Arbutus Street, as I am in support of that rezoning as well. I really appreciate your time and attention. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much. There are no questions, but we do appreciate you calling in to share your point of view to council tonight. So we'll move to our next call for speakers. If there are any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. And I'll check with clerks. Do we have any speakers on the line?
No more speakers.
Thank you very much. So this is the third call. If there's any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. And we will take a 5-minute recess to allow for any callers to call in, and we'll be back at 6:38. Okay, council, so I will bring us back to order and checking with the clerks if we have any speakers who have called in.
No.
Thank you. So seeing there are no additional speakers, the speakers list is now closed, and I'm now also closing the receipt of public comments. Does the applicant have any closing comments? Thank you very much. Does staff have any closing comments? Thank you very much. Does council have any questions for staff? Hearing none.
Is the recommendations, Chair?
Thank you very much. So we have a mover for the recommendations. Do a seconder?
Second.
Thank you very much. Is there any debate? Hearing none, I will call for the vote.
Chair, again, Councilor Joe here, so please vote assist in favor, please.
Thank you. We have.
Chair, I'll also take a vote assist in favor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And that application has passed with unanimous support. So thank you very much. We will move to our third and final item of the agenda for tonight, and that is CD1 rezoning 3205 Arbutus Street. Does any member of council wish to declare a conflict of interest? Hearing none, the clerk will now read the application and summary of correspondence received.
This is an application by Yamamoto Architecture to rezone 3205 Arbutus Street from C1 Commercial District to CD1 Comprehensive Development District to permit the development of a 4-story mixed-use building with 54 secured market rental units and at-grade commercial space. A building height of 19.2 meters with additional height for a rooftop amenity and a floor space ratio of 2.56 are proposed. The following correspondence has been received since referral to public hearing. 4 pieces of correspondence in support, 1 piece of correspondence in opposition, and 2 pieces of correspondence regarding other aspects related to the application. This represents all correspondence received up to 5 p.m. today.
Thank you very much. If there are any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. We have staff from Planning, Urban Design, and Sustainability here to present the application. I can confirm there are no registered speakers, so I might suggest that we waive the presentation.
Move to waive the presentation.
Thank you very much. That sounds like a move and a second. All those in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Thank you very much to our staff team being here ready to go, but we'll waive the presentation. So we are now moving to if there's any questions from council to staff. Okay, any questions of the applicant? And that's no. So we are going to move to our second call. If there's any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. And I'll check with the clerks if we have any speakers on the line.
None.
Thank you. So this is the third and final call. If there are any speakers for this item who wish to speak to council, please call toll-free 1-833-353-8610, followed by participant code 1061445#. And we will come back at 6:46 for debate and decision. order and check, just confirming we have quorum, actually.
Six.
Oh, we're good, Councillor Boyle, yeah. Okay, thanks very much. So we'll just check with the clerks if there are any additional speakers who have called in.
None.
Thank you. So seeing there are no additional speakers, the speakers list is now closed. I'm now closing the receipt of public comments. Does the applicant have any closing comments? Okay, thank you. And does staff have any closing comments? Thank you very much. Does council have any questions of staff? And hearing none, we'll now be moving to
The recommendation.
decision, and that sounds like a mover. Councillor Carr, second. Councillor
That was
Boyle.
Councilor Kirby, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Kirby Young. Sorry. And Councillor Boyle has seconded. And is there any debate? Seeing none, we can move straight to a decision.
Chair, I'll take a vote assist in favor, please.
Chair in favor, please.
Thank you very much. And so that application has passed. And I just want to say, there wasn't a lot of comments, but we just approved very, very, very important, much needed rental housing. So thank you very much to staff for the work on all three of those applications and to all three applicants for bringing those projects forward. With that, can I call for motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And all those in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.